Phase 2 of Season of Discovery is nearly here, of course, in just a few days, meaning we can go up to level 40 and head into Nomagon. So I did want to take a look at what the initial best in slot gear is looking like for my Priest. Now, I do really think Blizzard are making a lot of improvements, and I'm really excited, like with professions, the way they've actually changed a lot of the spell power gear in dungeons, etc. Honestly, I just feel like this is like some pipe dream that has actually come true and is just getting better and better and better. So let's hope, fingers crossed, it continues. So starting off then, talking about improvements, again, they have added another epic to tailoring. We've got the Neuro-linked Arcano Filament Monocle here. What a mouthful. Adding 10 stamina, 11 intellect, and increasing by a massive margin the damage and healing of our spells. So we're looking at Shadow to start off, by the way. Now, of course, this is a tentative or preliminary guide. Things could change. Do I think they will? Probably not. Might be a few little changes that we notice here and there. However, this is predominantly probably going to stay true as a best in slot guide. I will be doing a full best in slot and pre-biz guide in about a week's time once everything is out, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that, along with all my other class guides I will be doing for Phase 2. So it also is going to restore 4 mana per 5 seconds, fantastic, and give us this charged inspiration cooldown that's going to reduce the mana cost of all spells by 50% and increasing damage done and healing by up to 50 for 12 seconds, which is enormous, absolutely enormous. 225 tailoring. So you are going to take tailoring for this. There is a blacksmithing and leatherworking equivalent, etc. if you are looking to do that. If you are wondering what other profession to take, I would say enchanting, because of the, I can't remember what it's called, but there's an item we get for that is going to increase some stuff for half an hour. We've got the piston pendant on the neck, increasing damage and healing, pretty standard. You will notice if you look at these, we don't know where we get it, assuming then it's just going to be off of a boss in Nomagon. Same again on the shoulders, we've got the synthetic mantle, again increasing damage and healing by up to 12 with some intellect and stamina. And then we've got the blood rot cloak, what a lovely name, increasing again stamina and intellect with damage and healing by up to 11. So pretty standard items here. It does get a bit more interesting with this set, the irradiated robe. Again, I can't wait to put on some lovely irradiated clothes. How fabulous. Nothing could go wrong with that, could it? Where we've got a lot on here. It does actually take off some stamina and strength because, all that radiation we're absorbing, but hey ho, who cares? Because we're getting 7 intellect, 8 spirit, and 7 nature resistance, which is really interesting because you're getting that nature resistance, but yeah, it's irradiated and therefore taking off your stamina. I think that's quite funny. It is going to increase our chance to get a crit with attacks and spells, and increase our damage and healing by up to 23. So this is really, really massive. And what I do, one of my pet peeves, or my bugbears in Phase 1 was that the set piece included boots, I think, and the problem with that was it hands boots? Anyway, when you got the tailoring piece, the boots, you couldn't then get the full set of gear because obviously one of them was the boots. So I'm glad that this time round they have actually kind of fixed that annoying issue, because I don't want to have to choose between a set bonus and the epic boots. It's just less fun, So we are gonna, lose 5 stamina with the set bonus. It is gonna improve our chance to get hit. And then again, the free set, which we haven't got on here, is gonna further increase our damage and healing by 11. So this is really, really good. We've got the Dryad's wristbands on our bracers. This is going to be exalted with the Warsong Outriders. So I do believe we can get this. It's going to take a lot of reputation, obviously, to get there. But it is best in slot and available at level 40. If you don't want to go with that, then there is this one, the Lev's Oil Stained Bindings, assuming that this is going to take 500 years to get. I've actually never gotten them to Exalted in Classic, so I don't know how long it actually takes. This is quite good still, restoring mana and increasing damage and healing done by up to 9. And then there's also the First Sergeant Silk Cuffs as well, which does it by 8. So there is actually a good few options on that slot for us. Going on to the weapons then, we've got this fabulous dagger, giving us a little bit of intellect and stamina, but main effect is that it's increasing again, healing damage by up to 19, and an Umbral Crystal specifically for Shadow Priests, because it's increasing damage by Shadow spells by up to 17, with a little bit of stamina. For us Shadow Priests, this is fantastic. It is a world drop though, so, if you're not a big dirty gold buyer, then this could be quite expensive for you. If you are poor, like me, and have literally no gold and are quite worried about how you're going to get that mount, then there is the Necronomicon. Maybe we could use that to do some devilish necromancy and get some gold that way, which is going to give us a little bit of shadow resistance, increasing damage and healing done by 14, with a little bit of spirit and intellect there. So it doesn't increase shadow spells, but it is going to nearly the same with the damage increase there. Again, that's probably from somewhere in Omegon. From tailoring then on the gloves, you can get the Dream Weave gloves. I thought these were the specialization ones, which I thought we couldn't get. Dreamweave, I think it is. So if we can't get these, then I would just go for the Fighter Ace gloves, which are again from Nomagon. I think it is, isn't it? We can't get the. Am I right or wrong? But either way, if we can, then it's up to 18. Otherwise, it's going to be these Fighter Ace gloves with damage increasing up to 9. On the belt then, another one that's going to blow us to smithereens is the Volatile Concoction belt, just what I want to be wearing around my waist, increasing some stamina and armor, improving our hit with spells by 1%. There is definitely a lot more hit gear in Phase 2, which I'm finding really interesting, because there's nothing worse, is there, than just all your spells missing, your DPS is in the bin, and you've been flushed down the toilet. So I am really excited that we're getting quite a lot more gear with hit on them, and getting, ever closer to that hit cap, and again, increasing damage and healing by 12, which is really good. On the legs then, I would not get the Shadow Weave pants, even though, well, I say that. It again depends. If we can sim this when it comes out, and when I put out my full gearing guide, we'll see, because I can't sim anything yet. Increasing damage by shadow spells by 21 versus getting the free set on the irradiated by only 11. So it does look like these are going to be the best in slot. Again, it's Shadow Weave, however, so I do need to check that. Let me know in the comments if you know or not, but otherwise it will be the irradiated trousers. We're just irradiated head to toe. And then again on the irradiated boots, pretty self-explanatory. Now, for a priest, we can get the Sanguine Shadow Band at level 40. This is from the PvP Blood Moon rewards and Stranglethorn Veil. Very exciting. Again, increasing damage by shadow spells by 14 and restoring free mana per 5 seconds. This looks fantastic. And again, I'm really actually excited they're putting a lot of class-specific gear in here. Another unique equipped is the Hypercharged Gear. Everyone can have, obviously, one of these. Increasing damage and healing by 11, increasing mana per 5 seconds by 4, and giving us some more intellect, arcane, and nature resistance. So that's going to be really good in Mechanon as well. We've got the miniaturized combustion chamber as well for trinkets with 6 intellect and 10 fire resistance. When you use this, it's going to randomly channel between 1 to 150 and 1 to 150 health. Between 1 to 150. It's going to channel between that. Into between 1 to 150 and 1 to 150 mana. So it's going to basically do between 1 to 150 health into mana every 1 second for 10 seconds. Oh my god, my head nearly was frazzled just by reading that. And again, increases our damage and healing by 12. We've got the Invoker's Pearl still. I'm noticing a lot of these classes I'm looking at, the Invoker's Void Pearl is actually still best in slot. There really isn't many trinkets out there, and I'm fine with that, really. It's a great trinket. We can put the Meccano Strider Gear Shifter as our ranged wand, which sounds crazy. And this increases damage and healing done again by 9. Would be nice if they had maybe a little shadow one or something on there, but didn't. So that's what we got. And that's it for Shadow. Let's go on to healing and discipline for healing priests. So you're going to see some of it is, of course, the same, like the Neurolinked Arcano Filament Monocle, of course, still being there. There is the Pendant of Homecoming, which is fabulous. Increases healing specifically by up to 13 and some mana regen on there. You can't get this one, then again, just go for the Piston Pendant. Synthetic Mantle is still here again. Cloak of Invention then. This is really exciting. And this is going to give you 7 intellect, 6 spirit, increase healing, again, specifically healing, and restore some mana. Again, we've got these interesting sets. So it's nice that they are putting in a different set for healing and DPS. I am actually quite happy they've done that. This is a hyperconductive shimmer shirt. So luckily, guys, if you are a healer, you're not going to have any radiation sickness. Thumbs up for that. Nice and healthy, increasing healing done by 29, restoring 6 mana per 5 seconds. Nice that they are actually combating that mana issues that we are seeing as priests, that I specifically had, especially early on in BFD. Mana was becoming quite an issue, not so much near the end because we're killing everything in about 1 second, but definitely more at the start, and I would assume that would probably happen again in Nomagon. So it is nice to see that we're getting a lot more spirit and mana per 5 seconds on our items here. Again, and you can see we've got the free set for that. Tinker's wrist wraps on here, increasing healing again, specifically healing by 18. And as a healer, we're getting our defribs out with the defibrillating staff, increasing healing and spells done by 35, increasing our damage by arcane by 26. Mage healers, hello, this is going to be fantastic. And then the staff will sometimes be able to shock a dead player back to life. It cannot be used when in combat. Isn't that fantastic? You can literally defib them back to life with that staff. We've got the shilly mittens on the hands. Love those shilly mittens, which I'm guessing are they just look pretty simple from Nomagon. Mech Menders on the belt then, increasing healing again by 24 and some mana regen, pretty straightforward. Hyperconductive, that's the same set as I showed on the chest piece, so you can see the free set there on the pants and sandals. Again, we've got another unique equipped gear for the finger, increasing healing by 13, mana, and again some nature and arcane resistance along with intellect and spirit. We've got the Blood Covenant seal. Again, this is a Blood Moon PvP reward, so there's one for healing. You can see it's got 7 intellect, spirit, and increases your healing done. Acolyte's Void Pearl, of course, the healing version of the Void Pearl, and then we've got a Neodine pill bottle on the trinket. Side effects may include upset stomach, heartburn, and shrinkage. Shrinkage where? That could be quite serious. Restoring 4 mana per 5 seconds, some spirit, nature resistance again, and make a target ally immune to snare, immobilizing effects, and also remove snare and immobilizing effects. It is on a humongous 30-minute cooldown, however. And then we've got the Jaina's Fire Starter on the wand with 6 intellect and 3 spirit. And that is it, guys. That is the gearing guide, best in slot for priests in phase 2 of Season of Discovery. I am so excited for this. If you guys need anyone to level with, dungeon with, raid with, etc., please do click the link down below and join my Discord, because we have a huge now, it seems to be, ever-growing community of players, and, you know, the more the merrier. And also, if you do have any questions at all, whether it's retail, whether it's classic, gearing, UI, add-ons, literally anything at all, we have very knowledgeable players in my Discord who are always here to help and build that community. So if you do honestly have anything at all, just join the Discord below and we can help you out. Click that subscribe button, leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and let me know your thoughts on phase 2. See you when it goes live, I guess.